I got Nick from the Voice of Black and Gold on with me today to do a post-game recap for LAFC versus FC Dallas, which ended in a 1-1 draw. And Nick, I'm going to tell you this right now. This was a very disappointing game. Son Heung-min scores his first goal with LAFC, which was absolutely incredible free kick goal. But other than that, this was a very bad performance by the Black and Gold.
Very, very bad performance. I mean, look, this was the goal that we all have been waiting for at the very start of the game. Exciting. You get to see Sonny put in a free kick outside the box, and you're thinking, this is going to be it. This is where LAFC now changes. And then what do you see? You see Dolo ball at his finest, midfield non-existent, defense non-existent. 2 plays later, you see a deflection off of Segura to go right past Hugo. It is an absolute disaster. And then after that, nothing at all. Will, I was on your show earlier for your live stream, and you even said, Nick, but this is one of the worst Dallas teams. They have people hurt. They have people sitting out. That is a shame. No way this team, LAFC, should be a 1-1 draw with a team that has the majority of their people sitting out on the bench and just not a complete roster. And yet we get a 1-1 draw.
Hey, if you're enjoying the video, make sure you give it a like down below and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Our goal is to hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. With your help, I know we will reach that goal. So make sure you subscribe if you haven't already and hit that little bell notification so you never miss any of our videos. Now, back to the video.
A lot of LAFC fans will tell you, hey, look, we still got 1 point on the road. That's going to be 5 for the 3 games on the road. I am not okay with that. I much rather have walked away with 7 points on the road going into the BMO Stadium for his first game at home.
No, I agree. I agree 100%. And let's talk about the first half, right? Because there's a lot to dissect this game. But the first half, they score 7 minutes in. And I said that I thought that based on the lineup that Dallas had, that LAFC just favored them pretty heavily. Like they should be eating good tonight, right?
Heavy.
Yes. And so they score in the 7th minute. Sonny gets his first goal. You're going to think, okay, confidence is high. Sonny's got a goal in the column for him. He's going to probably eat like crazy tonight. Denny Bouanga can't have 3 bad games in a row. But man, after that goal, FC Dallas just had their number. They were pressing. They were frustrating LAFC. And it's like they had their number and they knew how to frustrate them perfectly tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus goes down. We have Chouanier come in. You think, hey, look, we seen a good signing from him on last week's. He gets a goal at the extra time, and so. But then you just seen still Tillman's looking bad. Delgado is non-existent. Backline is just nowhere there. Will, I'm repeating myself, and I'm not meaning to, but it is the truth. Where is Bouanga? All of a sudden, Sonny gets here, and Bouanga thinks he could take off. He's holding back. He's not the same guy. He looks happy. We talk about the chemistry that they have, not on the not on the field. All these videos that we get to see them laughing and cutting up, and it seems like they're good buddies. But where is the chemistry on the pitch? Why are they all relying on Sonny? You cannot. He is coming in here to be a piece of the puzzle. Yes, he is a superstar. He is the main man. But Denis still has to show up. He can't take off now. We need him to show up. But we need our back line to show up. Palencia, the bulldog of the back line. He can't do it all. We seen he almost got in trouble. You know what? That yellow was a yellow because that ref could not believe that man could get back to that ball. That's
right.
The truth. But
That's true.
He did, Will. He looked fantastic to get back to that ball. But can you expect him to hold it the whole 90-plus minutes? We need more from Hollingshead. We need more from all of the guys on the back line, and we are not getting it.
No, I agree. And also, too, just real quick, I want to touch on Igor Jesus. It looks pretty bad. Like he's going to have maybe a season-ending injury. He had to be helped off the field. He was crying. Yeah. So that's never in his non-contact. So that's we'll see what happens with him. That's a big loss, especially because I think he's a solid defensive midfielder. Not as good in the attack, obviously, but he's solid. But as far as the first half, too, by the way, we watched the replay. It was Tafari, the ball deflected off of Farrington for that own goal. It was him. Okay. It was him. So, but that doesn't mean that Segura is in the clear now, because he was terrible too. Segura was horrible tonight. So Tafari and Segura were both very, very bad in tonight's game. And
Yep. They're showing it right now. You're right, Tafari. I have been going off on Segura the whole entire time. So,
but he was bad too, though. Let's not give him a free pass. He was bad too.
He's bad. He's bad.
Yeah.
But Tafari is not looking good, Will. You're absolutely right.
Well, and see, that's the thing. It's like, I said this during the stream. I don't know if you were on when I said this, Nick, but it feels like Sonny, he's coming from Tottenham. He's a legend there, right? He comes to LAFC, and they're expecting him to help them out, not just be the savior. They're expecting him to just help make them better. But it's like they put all the weight on his shoulders, and now that he's here, everybody else is kind of like what you said with Denny, taking a day off. Hell, taking a year off. They're not playing nearly as good as they should be. And it feels like, I know this sounds messed up to say, but it almost feels like these players, I don't want to use the term beneath him, because that's not what I'm trying to say, but like they're not playing to the standard. They're not worthy to even be on the same pitch as him as the way they're playing. Bro,
you're speaking my language right now, right? Like, look, man, I'm going to take it back a little bit to when we had Giroud, right? Everybody wants to blame Giroud. You look like he goes over there now, Ligue 1, and he's now scored 5 goals, right? And it's like you can't get proper crosses over to this guy who is an absolute goal scorer. Well, Sonny is in the prime. He is above them, and he understands that, and we all know that. But you cannot play beneath him. You have to try to play to that level. This should push you up. This should make you want to go harder. This should make you want to work harder. This should make you want to work harder, bro. And I don't see it. I don't see it from the young guys. I don't see it at all. And it's disappointing when you look at these players, the David Martinez's, the Nathan Ordaz's. This is their chances to show and to showcase, bro. All eyes are on them. Yes, this game did not look filled out, but a lot of them fans there were there for Sonny. They were there for Sonny. All the eyeballs around the world are watching for Sonny. So you can showcase yourself. Why are you not playing up to the standard or even trying? Ordaz was non-existent. Non-existent, Will.
Yeah, and we were told that David Martinez was the issue, which he did make some bad mistakes, and I said he made some bad mistakes, and I thought Nathan Ordaz was going to be better. He was arguably worse in this game. He was arguably worse. And one thing too I noticed, and I've been noticing this, Nick, with LAFC when they're playing with Son in the Son Heung-min era, is that how far deep he's having to play to get this attack going. The dude is essentially playing as a midfielder and as a 10 when he's the striker, because there's no one who can create in the midfield.
So we seen that last game, Will. We seen him have to come back and find the ball to even get involved in the game. If you remember on the first game, last half, last game, first half.
First half, yeah.
He literally had to come to the midfield to find the ball. Second half was way better. They found a way to get him into the game. But it was ridiculous when you see how far he had to come back, bro. This is not what we brought him to LAFC for. We brought him to be a playmaker, not someone that has to go and find the ball to facilitate to people who don't even want to know how to finish. They get the ball and then immediately look back at him. Look, I am very animated right now, Will, and I apologize with the high energy, but this type of play is unacceptable, bro. And I mean that from the core of my body, bro, because this is the problem. And I said this to you on the show. It is sad to me that you have LAFC was sitting at 400,000 followers. Now they're sitting at 1.1 million. That shows you how many new eyeballs are on LAFC, and they're watching it for the first time, Will. And can you imagine them seeing all these crosses sideways, backwards, all these plays of him having to come all the way this deep, guys not being able to play up to their standard, and they're saying, what has he done? What has this man done to say, hey, I want to go play for that team? This is not the LAFC that we, at the heart of our team, remember in 2018, 19, 2020, 2021. We were a fast-paced, high-press, high-tempo team. We were one of the fastest teams in MLS, and I mean that. And so to see what we have become, the slowness, the backwards passing, it's cringe watching, bro. It's hard to see it, and it's not what you want, and that's not what this man came here for. He said it before he got here. He's mad when he don't score. He's mad when he doesn't win. This man is a winner. This man is a winner. I seen he just had his interview. I don't know what he said, but I guarantee you he said he's disappointed to walk away with 1 point, because he said it the first game that they only walked away with 1 point. I will bet you a bottom dollar that he says it again. He is not okay with 1 point.
I mean, drawing to him is losing. Not winning is losing. It should be that way for anybody, to be honest with you.
Should be.
But this team failed him, honestly. And Nick, look, I think this is the most disappointing of all the fixtures because of who they didn't get this result against. Like, I mean, they got the point, but this is a team that hadn't even had their full starting 11, and they left 2 points on the board. They should have been able to beat them. And this just says to me, this screams to me that if you can't beat Dallas when they're one of the worst teams in the league, they don't even have their best starting 11 out. This is bad. This is a bad precursor for what's to come the rest of the season. Now, I've already told you that I think they're kind of playing with house money at this point, because I don't expect them to really be able to be a serious contender with Steve Cherundolo as the manager, not because the team is really, really bad, even though they do have some holes, or that Sonny's not good enough to lead this team. It's more of the coaching. The coaching's bad. Dolo's not good enough to do this.
No.
So they're playing with house money in that sense. But, man, I'm telling you what, with this team right now, this is unacceptable results but against FC Dallas. Sonny was the best player on the pitch. Literally every player for LAFC, I'm not joking, every player except number 7 was absolutely terrible, unacceptable today. And we talked about Sonny having to come back to help the build-up play, right? There were points in this game where Palencia, the right back, was further up the pitch than Sonny was. The right back was up further in the pitch than Sonny. That is a huge issue. That is a huge issue.
Yes.
And I just don't know if they're going to be able to fix this. They got this Moran kid coming in, this young Irish kid. He's 21 years old. I just don't know that he's the answer to fixing their issues. We'll see, I guess, whenever he finally gets to make his debut for the team. But, man, I just think this back line is a huge, huge concern. This is not an MLS Cup winning back line. It's not. This is not a midfield. I said this on the stream. This is the worst midfield that LAFC has had in their existence. I don't think it's even close.
The worst defense we've ever had also, bro. Think about it.
Probably.
Going down, who was our captain. You're missing the likes of the Murillos and the Giorgio Collinis. This is a horrible back line. I keep saying it. And to be fair, Hugo is saving us game after game after game.
He is. No, it's honestly, we talk about Sonny not getting the service. It's honestly not fair to Hugo Lloris that this is the defense that's in front of him.
Yes.
That it's supposed to make his life easier, not harder. And on that goal, I understand that some people say that Lloris maybe should have saved that, but when an old man at 40 is going one direction, it ricochets off the guy's leg, goes to complete up. What do you want him to do?
Not his fault. It's not his fault. And one LAFC fan can be upset with that at all. Again, I thought it was Segura, but regardless of who the deflection was off of, nothing you're going to do with that. So,
Nick, I want to say this to finish this off.
Yeah.
LAFC are playing San Diego FC next week at home. It's Sony's debut at LAFC. This is the biggest game of the season for many reasons with LAFC. They got Sony making his debut at home. They just had I honestly think a disappointing 3-game stretch on the road. And San Diego FC is the biggest, or the first seed team in the Western Conference. LAFC is trying to chase that right now. Now, it doesn't look like they're going to the way they're playing right now. This is the biggest game of the season for LAFC. They have to deliver. They have to show out. They've got to play better. Do you agree with that?
100%. 100%. You can't go in there and play San Diego the way that we are. You cannot. I want to see changes. I want to see Smolskov in there for Hollingshead. I want to see, I want to. I don't know what I want the front three to be, honestly, Will. I thought we were going to see a great front three there today. But I tell you what, Steve and them need to go up to Martinez and they need to go up to Ordaz and explain the magnitude of what they're doing right now and say, boys, you need to get it together because this ain't good enough. And if you can't do it, we're going to find the next person up. Hell, if you had to put up Tillman up there, do something. But find a way to be able to utilize Sonny and Bawanga. This is not okay. And we've got to score more than one goal. We got lucky last week to get 2, but I want to see a 3-4 goal game for LAFC. And this isn't going to happen right now with this team. We need more, and I expect more from this club.
I agree. Well, Nick, listen, I appreciate you for coming on. Make sure you go follow him at the Voices of Black and Gold. He's the biggest, he's the best LAFC podcast that there is. He's doing weekly shows on Mondays talking about the men in black and gold. They're talking about the performance, good or bad, breaking it down. Make sure you give him a follow. There's going to be a link in the description to find his channel. Nick, I appreciate it, my friend. Is there anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Make sure y'all get this man the likes and subscribes. He's right around the corner from 10,000 subs, man. And we all appreciate you having me on. I'm looking forward to going over to the VOBG right now and doing a live stream with you on this show or on this game recap. And but I appreciate you having me, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, yes. If you guys enjoy this, make sure you give it a like down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that little bell notification so you never miss a video. Until next time, guys, I will see you all soon.